It's 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV, 5 topics in about 10 minutes for Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. I'm Derek Gilbert. Topic number 5 today, Chinese batteries. On Tuesday, President Biden visited Michigan to support the United Auto Workers on the picket line. They are striking against the big three automakers. And meanwhile, Ford Motor Company announced a pause in building a multi-billion-dollar battery factory in the state of Michigan. That announcement on Monday. This comes as congressional Republicans are investigating Ford's connections to a Chinese electric battery company. Wall Street Journal said several Republican-led committees in the House have opened an investigation into Ford's connections with Contemporary Amperex Technology, CATL. This is one of the world's largest EV battery manufacturers based in China. The partnership to manufacture battery cells that would then be assembled in Michigan. Begs the question, why would you make your country dependent on China? Well, we are dependent on China for way too many things. Anyway, many Michigan Democrats support the deal between Ford and CATL. Republicans oppose it. Interestingly, on Sunday, New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, after she was asked by CBS on Face the Nation why she drove a Tesla, which is a non-union auto manufacturer, she announced that she intends to sell her non-union made Tesla, the Model 3, for a union-made EV from Michigan. Ironically, Teslas are actually the most American-made EVs, which is an inconvenient truth often overlooked by Democrats who prefer EVs from General Motors or Stellantis, who source their parts, those companies source their parts internationally. So on the one hand, you're supporting the unions. On the other hand, you're basically outsourcing jobs to other countries to bring in the parts to make your vehicles. It's part of the problem that the United Auto Workers are facing is that many of their jobs are being sent overseas because of all these parts coming in from other countries. It appears Democrats prioritizing radical politics over their actual or their claimed agenda to save the planet through green policies and, of course, the hashtag Build Back Better narrative. At the end of the day, that's what really this is all about. It's about politics and control, not about saving the planet, which leads us to topic number 4, a climate scam. The vast majority of environmental projects that are most commonly used within the voluntary carbon market, okay? Projects like, planting trees or whatever to offset carbon emissions are plagued by fundamental failings and cannot be relied upon to tackle global warming. This is according to a joint investigation by the nonprofit climate watchdog Corporate Accountability and The Guardian, which is a rather liberal newspaper in the United Kingdom. The investigation analyzed the top 50 emissions offset projects. They were selected because they've sold the most carbon credits within the global voluntary carbon market. You may have noticed when you book airline tickets, they ask if you want to pay extra to buy some carbon offsets. That's what this is about. They found that most of these projects exaggerate their climate benefits and underestimate the potential harm caused by the project's activities. The most popular projects traded globally include forestry schemes, planting extra trees, hydroelectric dams, solar and wind farms, waste disposal, greener household appliance schemes. This across 20 countries. Many of these are developing economies. The data comes from Allied Offsets, the world's biggest and most comprehensive emissions trading database. The analysis found that 39 of the top 50 projects, or 78%, were categorized as likely junk or worthless due to one or more fundamental failing that undermined its alleged emissions offsetting power. 8 more, another 16%, looked problematic, meaning there's evidence to suggest there's at least one fundamental failing and could therefore be junk. So by my math, admitting that math was not my strong suit, but by my math, of the top 50 emissions offset programs trading carbon offsets in the world today, 94% are possibly or probably junk or worthless. Color me shocked. Topic number 3, Tim Ballard. I haven't touched this story until recently, but this reported on this week by CBN, so worth mentioning too. The former government agent, Tim Ballard, whose story was portrayed by actor Jim Caviezel in the blockbuster movie over the summer, maybe you've seen it, Sound of Freedom. He's been accused of sexual misconduct by 7 women. This is now according to Vice News. Bear in mind, Vice is a very left-wing, liberal news site on the web. Ballard says the accusations are not true. Now, Ballard's a former Homeland Security agent who founded the nonprofit organization Operation Underground Railroad, or OUR. This was to fight human trafficking, founded this 10 years ago. But now he's being accused of pressuring women who went with him on these missions to, engage in inappropriate behavior. This caused Ballard to leave the organization. Apparently, an OUR employee filed a complaint against him when they returned home from a trip. The organization's investigation into the complaint led to his resignation from the group. This is according to Vice News. Vice reported its sources said he allegedly intimidated the women on these missions with him into sharing a bed or showering with him, asserting that it was essential in order to create the illusion that they were married, which protected them from having to partake of children that were being trafficked in order to prove their bona fides. So, I'm sorry, I can't. I've got my girlfriend with me. I've got my wife with me. Well, Ballard has been married to his wife, Catherine, for more than 20 years. They've got 9 children, including 2 adopted from Haiti. In a statement on Monday, a spokesperson from OUR told Vice News that Ballard resigned from the nonprofit in June and has permanently separated from the organization. On Tuesday, Ballard released a statement calling the tabloid-driven sexual allegations false. Quote, "As with all of the assaults on my character integrity over the years, the latest tabloid-driven sexual allegations are false. They are baseless inventions designed to destroy me and the movement we have built to end the trafficking and exploitation of vulnerable children." End quote. Now, it's disturbing. Are these allegations true? We have no way to know one way or the other, to be quite honest. The accusations on Ballard, I will note, look very similar to the allegations being made against Russell Brand, we told you about earlier this week, and for that matter, the allegations made against former President Donald Trump. And I will say this, we at Skywatch TV were canceled by a major video sharing service, you know the one, because of a program that we aired and posted to this site about the documentary Silent Cry, which deals with the trafficking of children. Apparently, according to this site, that constituted harassment and cyberbullying. We appealed, and instead of just pulling the one program, they took down our entire channel. That's why we now have the 5 and 10 channel separate from the main Skywatch TV channel. If I get canceled because of something I say on this program, at least the main program will still have a YouTube outlet. It is a virtual, digital Mars Hill, if you will. Anyway, we don't know, again, at the end of the day, what is going on. The work that Tim Ballard has done is worthwhile. We just wonder what it is about the trafficking of children that seems to trigger the gatekeepers in the deep state. Topic number 2, destroying the family. Churches must work to restore healthy marriages and fatherhood to combat a growing decline, not only in church attendance, but in our society as a whole. This is according to a new survey released by a faith-based group called Communio, a nonprofit that equips churches to strengthen marriage and family relationships. The founder and president, J.P. DeGance, addressed this at a gathering at the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank, Monday. Said the study's results suggest that the decline in resident fatherhood, fathers being present in the home, and the collapse of marriage are likely explanations for the increase in religious non-affiliation in the United States. The survey found that 80% of church attendees grew up in homes where mother and father stayed married, even if the marriage wasn't particularly happy. A stable marital relationship between the parents is apparently essential to a stable upbringing for children. They found that 87% of all 25 to 29-year-old never married men in church had parents who remained married. DeGance said, so what this means is folks in church on Sunday are categorically more likely to have grown up with a resident dad in the home than someone who is not in church on Sunday. Now, that doesn't mean that 80% of Those with fathers who stayed in the home grow up to be good, decent, stable, happy, loving people, but it does significantly increase the odds. And more importantly, it increases the odds significantly that those people will spend eternity in the presence of God. And that's really what this is all about. In other words, it is difficult to overstate the importance of a father figure in the home. And that's why the enemy spends so much time trying to tear the family apart through distractions, pornography, digital media, and so on. Dads, it's on us. Coming up, Daleks on the subway in New York. That's details on that next on 5 and 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure you know how you can get your copy of this incredible new book in the Before Genesis Master Collection. When you order the Before Genesis Master Collection from the skywatchtvstore.com, you'll receive the brand new book, Before Genesis, The Unauthorized History of Tohu, Bohu, and the Chaos Dragon in the Land Before Time by Dr. Thomas Horn and Donna Howell. In this phenomenal new work, you'll learn about the debate raging between the Old Earth and the Young Earth creationist groups, what the Earth was like during the without form and void era of Genesis 1-2, how ancient archaeological sites like Göbekli Tepe and the Doorway of the Serpent point to an intelligent race of beings on Earth alive before the time of Adam and under Lucifer's fallen influence. And for the first time ever, the conclusion to the events of Genesis that merges all contributing voices from not only the young and old creationist groups, but the scientific community as well, into one balanced and agreeable climax. But that's not all. You'll also receive the amazing DVD, What Lies Beneath, The Lost Secrets of the Watchers Below Göbekli Tepe, featuring archaeologist and author Dr. Aaron Judkins and best-selling author Derek Gilbert as they reveal Göbekli Tepe's historical use as a place of watchers worship, the evidence of a cult that venerated human skulls and reptilian creators, and the links between the god of Göbekli Tepe and the Bible. Also included in this must-have master collection are the digital, downloadable e-book versions of the Earth's earliest ages, Unearthing the Lost World of the Cloud Eaters, and the Apocrypha, including the Book of Enoch. These three masterpiece works will be available for download immediately when you place your order for the Before Genesis Master Collection and are being included in this offer absolutely free. All of these items hold a retail value of over $85. Yours now for your donation of only $35 plus shipping and handling. So don't delay. You can scan the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Before Genesis Master Collection right now.
Item number 1 today, Daleks in New York. Of course, you know I'm a fan of the Doctor Who program, at least up until the most recent iteration. On Friday last week, New York City's Mayor Eric Adams finally deployed K5 on the screen behind me. This is a robot-assisted surveillance bot. This was debuted at the highly trafficked 42nd Street subway station in New York, Times Square. Described by its maker as a fully autonomous outdoor security robot. Looks kind of cute, and actually it's only 5'3" and rolls at a whopping 3 miles per hour. It's not really likely to serve a deterrent role. So the whole point is that it is a surveillance bot, as if there aren't enough cameras already, CCTV cameras all over New York City and in the subways, but that they hope will dissuade people from committing crimes. More than likely, what will happen is that the AI that uses facial recognition to try to find criminals will continue leading police to the wrong perpetrators, a problem that has been detected with this technology to this point. The main weapon in this is the camera, but again, that is the point. We are now living in a total surveillance state. And by the way, if you're wondering what a Dalek is, this is, well, actually, I've got one right here. Bluetooth speaker. Yes, we are geeks here in our house. Skywatch TV this week talking about the old Earth, young Earth debate. Was there something that happened before Eden? That will be the focus of our discussion for the next 6 weeks on Skywatch TV. You can watch the main program right now at our website, skywatchtv.com. You can also check it out at our Roku or Apple TV channels. Just add the free Skywatch TV channel to your set-top box. You can also catch it right now at youtube.com, youtube.com/Skywatch TV Now. That's where you'll find the main program, or rumble.com/Skywatch TV. Better yet, download our free mobile app to your smartphone or tablet that brings all of our content right to you from our servers. We will not be canceled from our app. It also has other features like an audio Bible with multiple translations, many other things on it. It is free and available for iOS, Android, and Amazon Kindle Fire phones and tablets. We have links to their app stores at our website. You'll find the link in the top menu bar at skywatchtv.com. Thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.